lots of you in chat are watching us do the Dark Zone and we're doing it comfortable, and lots of you saying, well, how can you solo the new PvE Dark Zone? So I thought we'd do a quick recording and show you, okay? So I'm going to show you the build I'm using. This isn't going to be like the most efficient build, by all means, but it's a build I already had, which I've shared on the channel loads of times, my Blue Striker build, and it works. I think my top tip before you solo the new PvE DZ for the season is you work on the journey and you get journey 3 unlocked. This is the first thing you should do because it gives you some very good tools. So get journey 3 done. What journey 3 does is gives you sand and stone, inoculated, and immune response passive modifiers, okay? And journey 2 is going to give you the 3 active modifiers, so make sure you get these done before you start doing it, because when you set up your build, this is the build I'm using in this video, all of this is going to be normalized. It doesn't take prototype into account in a DZ, and remember the DZ is also PvP balanced, so even your PvE build is going to be PvP balanced, so it's not going to be as strong as it would be going into like PvE areas of the game. So you got to take that into account of any build you go into. But what the modifiers are going to do, it's going to give you an active modifier. One that I quite like is invincible for solo. Doesn't really matter what you go with what you want. Vicarious is all right as well. Pneuma's all right. Go with what you want. I'm going to throw invincible on for this run. In fact, no, for this run, I'm actually going to keep Vicarious on because I'm currently leveling it up. I need to get leveled up. But go with what you want. At the passive zone, these first 3 passives that Journey Mission 3 give you are Sand and Stone, increases your hazard protection by 30%. You could mix your build here with the new exotic knee pads to get 40% off them. That's going to be 40, it's going to be 70 plus 10% on your watch if you're 1000. You got 80% hazard protection off the bat. Just exotic knee pads alone with that on, which is going to help if you get annoyed by the confusion the enemies are giving you and things like that. I'm not running this build with that, but it's an option. 30% is good enough anyway. The other one is immune response. Every time I use an armor kit, I get 20% damage reduction for 30 seconds, but also no negative effects from toxicity for that duration as well, which is very nice. And then finally, inoculated. Toxicity accumulation from all sources is reduced by 50%. It's huge. Definitely throw that on. As you get more comfortable, do we want this video is more for people that want to do the DZ, PvE DZ, and they're struggling and they just want some tips in that. If you're doing it easy, you don't need this video. Cross off now. Don't need it. You're doing great. Do it how you want. This is just some tips for the guys struggling. So go with those 3. Go another good thing about the active though, if you could do go with invincible, when you use this, it will give you all of your armor back, I believe. I'm not sure. One of them, when you use it, you get all of your armor. So if you're low on armor and you proc it, you get full armor back. Pretty sure it is invincible. Sure it's that. But anyway, go what you want. Now, the build I'm running in this clip is going to be my Blue Striker build. It's a Memento backpack. This can be used in a group as well. Don't be scared about having a Memento backpack in a group as long as you're getting kills. Because if you're getting kills, you get him trophies. If you're not, to be fair, the PvDZ, the Memento backpack in a squad's probably not the best idea. However, I've been using it fine. You could switch it up a bit, but solo, this is going to work fine, as you'll see now. But 4-piece striker, I've got blue cores there, 1 red core. It's only a 2 red core build. Got 5 blue cores across the build. The skill tier, I've got 6 skill tier Crusader shield. We're going gunner for 10% armor on kill. We're going palisade chest for 10% armor on kill. So it's 20% armor on kill on the build. Palisade, armor core, crit chance, crit damage, obliterate. Unbreakable wouldn't be a bad shout there either for more survivability. The damage is there and easy, so damage is fine. Go to St. Elmo's because it's my favorite AR, but go any AR that you want to. As you start leveling up your seasonal bonuses, the Elmo's has an 84 mag, which is insane, which I really like. So yeah, go with what you want there. Secondary sidearm, I don't care. Even the quick step doesn't matter in this because it doesn't really work. But yeah, that's the build. It's crit damage on every single piece with armor on the mask there. Crit damage on the gloves with armor. Crit damage on the knees with armor. Crit damage on the holster with weapon damage. That's where I got my second core. Crit damage mods across the build. You'll see the set stats and you'll think 31% crit chance. That's terrible. It works if you don't like 31% crit chance. Just throw on 3 critical hit chance mods instead. That'll get you up into the 40s. But I'm fine with that. So that's the build. And we're going to go and do it now. I'm going to talk you through some tips for solo in the DZ. So we're going to go to the DZ. Especially if it's like your first time going in here and you get comfortable with it, just know it can get difficult. And you want to keep an eye on a few things. So, first thing we're going to keep an eye on when we go in there is what the current threat is at, because depending on how many people are in the DZ will depend on how hard the enemies are. Okay, so we're going to go into the DZ, and it's going to let us know what the threat level is. You see on the left hand side of the screen, we've got our toxicity stacks, currently 0, that's going to rise, and we got the alert level, which is 3. 3 means it's quite stacked right now, enemies are going to be hard. 2 means it's not going to be as hard, 1 means it's going to be easiest. 1 will mean there's not many players in here. Now what I'm going to do at a 3 stack is 100%, I'm not going to do heroic landmarks. Not going to do that, not going to do challenging, not going to do heroic. I'm going to aim for that normal one. Nothing on me right now, I'll just fast travel straight to there. So we can go back in here, fast travel across, we'll go do that normal one. Because alert level 3 solo, the heroic challenging ain't going to be fun, okay? Normal though, not going to be bad. So we're going to go and hit that normal one. I'm going to give you some more tips. But if you're just focusing solo, sort of mindset that you want, okay? Because you want to make it easy for yourself. So we're going to go and hit this normal landmark. We're going to go and get some canisters, and we're hopefully going to get one of those agents so we can extract as well. So we'll run to this. Alert level's gone down to 2, which is great. Always keeping an eye on that. That'll adjust all of the time depending on how many people are in here. I'm going to do a full-on guide with the modifiers, like, in full, talking about how everything works as well. So you'll check the channel out for that. A box can be opened, which is great. Make sure you're looking out for these boxes. These are OP, because if you can open these chests, you're going to get canister caches, and stabilization agents can drop as well. So we've now got our stabilization agent. We've got a cache on us, which is great. We're ready to extract when needed. And we're going to take on this landmark. Now, be very careful at the landmarks. I know it's a normal one, but enemies can still be hard. Just going to find nice positions to take. Make sure we've got somewhere to hide if needed, and kill everything. With a normal landmark, you only get 1 wave. Even with a 6 skill tier shield, they are going to get through it, alright? So, you can see it's not too difficult at all. We've already got a named enemy. A named enemy has got a chance of dropping us more keys for those chests. 20% armor on kill, working wonders there after taking that snipe. And just like that, we've cleared pretty much a landmark. We can run over all of the drops. Make sure we pick up some canisters. Obviously, you're going to get better canisters by going in to, like, harder landmarks. There's more enemies and things like that, but they're also going to be a lot harder solo. So that's what I'm doing solo. That's an alert level 3 at the end as well. I'm going to bring my map back up. I'm going to look for the next normal or the next hard one. We don't have any. So what am I going to do now? We're going to go and try and find some players. It's alert level 3 right now. There's players in here. Red there kind of signals that there could be players there. So we're going to try and find some players and link up. This is another thing you should be doing when you're playing solo, especially with an alert level 3 zone, is find some players, run around with them.
Enemy patrol detected.
It's going to make things a hell of a lot easier. Look how slow the stacks are going up as well with the 50% deduction. They're not rising that fast at all. The only way we can reset those stacks is going back to the base and sorting our canisters out or dying. If you're going to die, make sure it's after an extraction. No, you don't die of loot on you, because if you drop the loot on the floor, other players will rob it, myself included.
Extraction called.
Okay, extraction's called. So, I'm actually going to give you this tip now. With that being called, use it. Get over there. We've got a cache on us, right? That cache that we picked up is canisters. There's going to be players there. So this is a great opportunity for us to go and link up with some players now. Being solo, I'm going to run straight to that extraction. We're going to get our loot on it, hopefully. It arrives in 20 seconds. We might be a little bit late. We use the extractions as soon as another player calls one in. That is basically them saying, hello, there's players over here. They might be in the middle of a hunter battle, so bear that in mind. There's our chopper we're going to use to get our bag on. Don't even need to call it in ourselves. There you go. There's a friend. And we're going to get our loot out on this extraction. And what we can do as well, he's also solo by the looks of it. We can, I'll show you as a controller. I can press Z on him. And I can invite him to group. See if he wants to link up. Why not? If he doesn't, he doesn't. But if he does, we can group up. We'll just follow him around. I'm going to follow him around anyway, so... Still only has 60 stacks as well. Another top, you don't need to wait with your rope in this either, because it's a PvE easy. No one's coming to rob this rope or anything. Once you've hooked it, you can carry on. There's no need to waste time waiting for it. No one's going to rob your loot or anything. You can move to the next landmark. It's a challenging, heroic, normal up top, hard there. See if they go anywhere, because if they do, we'll just follow them. Like, if I'm with another person, pretty happy to do a challenging or heroic. Right now as well, we've just got our stuff out, so it doesn't matter if I die, if he goes into a heroic or anything now, and we die, no drama. As you fill your bag up with more caches and stuff, then, you know, you don't want to lose that. Be a little bit more cautious. Okay, looks like we've gone to the hard one by the looks of it. When you're with other players as well, if they, as long as you're in the vicinity, if they open the chests, you'll get the loot out of it too. So if you're short on keys to open the chests and they've got keys and they open them, you'll still get the rewards from the chests. Which is really good. Go. I'll show you that now. We'll let him open this chest. No? I'll open it then.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Difference with the landmarks, I think the enemies will like have different HP values and stuff. The higher difficulty, but also more waves. So normal landmark 1 wave, hard 2, challenging 3, heroic 4 waves. I think that's how it works. This is the second wave now. This will be the named enemy wave and we'll be done. We're meant to hit that then. I just wasted some canisters. I was meant to hit medkit. Alright, let's get out of that position. That position's dreadful. You can see I just got affected by the confusion then. Only got the 30% Hasbro plus the 10 from watch. Didn't last too long at all. So I don't mind that. Like I said earlier, if the confusion's really having a negative effect on you, throw on the new exotic knee pads, the nurse knee pads. That's going to help a ton. You'd have to adapt this build a little bit for that though. Maybe just throw them on and throw a striker backpack on instead of the memento. Two landmarks done. We can carry on following this guy around if we want to. We can scope out our next one. Got a heroic down there. Got a normal. I'm just going to run to the normal one. Got a feeling they're playing a similar sort of style. Oh. There's in here it wants me to be. Do we want to go up and then across, is it? That way. That way. There we go. Up to 127 stacks. I want to try and get some gameplay at higher stacks, so as you can see how this build works when the stacks are high. I'm glad that the alert level stayed at about 3. Because 3 is the toughest it can be. I'm aware of. I think it only goes up to alert level 3. So much easier where it's only 2 or 1. Yeah, they're going to the same landmark. My headset battery just ran out. That was bleeping just as we start hitting record there. Let's just quickly adjust that. The joys of making a live video. Okay. Man, this shit always happens.
Extraction called for.
We need sound.
System malfunctioning.
Oh, is this a extraction? Okay, extraction. We did just run into another extraction, so we're gonna have to help with these hunters.
System reactivated.
Just another team. I forgot the name of the person who were in there.
Volunteer drone detected.
Um,
Restore hive detected.
Playing cautious. I don't know where they are exactly.
Range. System.
Is that a player? Yeah, there we go. Last thing we want to do right now is die. If you are in the middle of a hunter encounter like this, though, and you see an opportunity to get your gear on, get it on. Because once it's on, doesn't matter if you die. Oh, did someone die? No. And if someone dies, don't feel bad about robbing their loot. Grab the caches, because they're going to do exactly the same to you. Don't... It's on them. It's on them. Up to 13 canisters, though. We've got a few caches out as well. So generally, I'll just keep on going until I reach my cap. It's a 90 cap on canisters. You get there much quicker doing challenging and heroic. And if you're playing in a group, which is how I play. But when you're solo, a little bit slower, but easy work. We got another cache here. I'll see if one of them opens this instead of me, though. Save our keys. We don't want to be too much in the open. If you're in the open, you're asking for trouble. There's nowhere to go when your shield breaks. So I know I got this little spot here. Keep everything away from you. Just chill out. Play from distance. This is where the memento isn't working the best on the build, I will admit. You might want to swap that for something. You could get something on the build with... trying to think of the one that gives you armor on kill. But at the same time, it's nice when you got those trophies just to run over. You can then get a little bit of aggressive. You got some bonus armor for some heals to go and push someone or something. So it does work. Yeah, all the long-term buffs of the memento as well, which are quite nice still. Oh, we just wanted to delete that. There's no one opening the cache. Guessing this is on me again then, guys. I'll open it. No worries. Small. 3 of us now, though. Wonder if they fancied something more difficult. We've got a challenging one over there. I'm going to go do the challenging one anyway. Even if it's just us, we'll be fine. I'm going to show you how hard the challenging one is. Going to take your time on the challenging one, especially if you're solo. Just pointing out again, these stacks are only up to 187. They are charging up so slow. There are a few enemies that will speed that up if you get close to them, though. Oh, they're calling it in again. You might as well extract on this again. Why not? It's a free extraction. Just be careful of where they spawn. Oh, that's new players. Never say no to a hunter. That hurt. Hunters are going to drop you exotic components. Potentially like eagle bearers and things and other exotics. Oh, he's right in the middle. I thought that was another player. Anyone gonna get him up, or are we just waiting for him to die?
Enemy patrol detected.
Someone got him up, I think. I do have an extraction strategy. It's kind of basic. If you call it in the extraction yourself, don't let there be loads of enemies around like this. This can be a recipe for disaster. Try and clear all the enemies before you call it in, so you just have the hunters to kill, and that's it. Let's get back to our landmark. Challenging one. It is red. There might be some players here. $205. We're getting there on the stacks. Something's blinding me. There it is. Ooh, hang on a minute. We do need some ammo. We're a little low on ammo, I just noticed. That ain't good. Hopefully there's a restock in here.
Helo is headed back.
We're gonna play from where we came in. Remember, this is a challenging one, and we're at alert level 3, so it'd be very stupid to just run in here. We do have another player with us though, which is really good. And he's asked us to join them. Join them. We've now got a second person, still playing solo, but now they're in our squad. And you can see what everyone wants to do when you're pinging a heroic landmark or something you want to go and try. A little bit more comfortable now we have two of us here, so we will pull out. Pick up some ammo because we're low.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Be careful of each spawn. This is the third spawn. That should be the final spawn, which will be the hardest one with the named enemy. Spawn behind us. We're good. They open the chest this time. Thank you very much. There we go. Challenging one done. Now we're going to go and try and do a heroic one. Hopefully they follow us.
Has been cleared.
We have a heroic right next to us. If they look at the map, they will see that I've marked it, and they'll also see where I'm going because we're in a squad. That's why you should link up. If anyone invites you, or if you see other people invite them, because I see where you're going, they should back you up. And then this is where you can really get grinding now. We're playing solo. We're nearly max stacks taking on an heroic, but it's going to be absolutely fine. As long as we got our backup from Rex, which I think we do. Just take your time. You do heroic landmarks too solo. Even on high stacks. Using all the tips I've gave you so far. Remember, just 4 waves this time. Confusion's lasting a little bit longer this time. I'm not going to run in there all guns blazing. I am going to get myself a lot of memento trophies on the floor though, ready for when I need them. Just going to chill where we come in and kill stuff. And he's opening the boxes for us. Just got another small one, which was nice. There we go. Spawned over that direction, so we're going to stay over here. This is still alert level 3, so this is the toughest the ads can be right now. And we are nearly at max stacks. We're at 322 toxicity. You can see how easy it is with this build. Just following the pointers I've been giving you so far. I know my exit plan. If I lose my shield, it's just back there. Nothing's behind us. Everything's in front of us. General things you do when things are a little bit tricky.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Come down and get some bonus armor. We can see the spawning over there again. It's the last wave. We got the named wave.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
And the landmark done. Heroic landmark done. Really, really easy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and call an extraction in. And spend some of our tokens. Canisters that we've got. Make sure we dismantle stuff. Some more DZ currency. In fact, is there any? No. We'll go and call an extraction in. Double check there's no enemies around. Like I said before, we don't want any enemies around. We got our stabilization agent. A guy should see that we are doing this. Did I leave some canisters from earlier? I did. We will take those canisters. Get some of this ammo. I think he's coming. If I'm solo, I'm hitching extractions most of the time. If I have to call one in, though, I'm making sure the area is clear. I'm calling it in. And as soon as I'm calling it in, I'm backing up. I'm not facing these head on. Gotta try and get out the way of them. So we're gonna take this position over here, which we were doing earlier.
Contaminated gear detected.
Done.
System restored.
Now we're done now, so I'm gonna leave group. They'll know I'm done. Extract, spend some canisters.
Almost within range.
I hope those tips have been helpful. Like I said, I'm making this because so many people are jumping in chat. How do I solo it? I'm struggling with it. It's rough. We didn't quite get to max stacks, but if you watch the streams, you see we're doing this at max stacks as well. The max stacks ain't that bad. We'll quickly go over what the stacks do in case you were wondering, but they're not that bad with this build. It does get harder, obviously, the higher the stacks get. Like, at this point, with these stacks this high, this is where I'd be thinking, just go back, go out, hand in some canisters, reset the stacks to 0, or just die to reset the stacks to 0. At this point, you'd want to do that, because at this point now, as it gets to 400 to 500, when taking damage, 15% disoriented chance for 2 seconds. And that's annoying. That's where the Hasbro is going to help. Not too bad, though, with the 30% Hasbro we get on the build through the passive. You get the threat generation, the -10 movement speed, extra damage taken, minus 30% hazard protection, you're losing that. 200 299, you lose your reload speed, weapon handling. Below 100, there's no effects whatsoever. But you've seen how slow that took to get to there with the way we're set up with our passives. And at this point, if it is annoying you a little bit, it is just a simple case of dying or just getting out. So what I'm going to choose to do is get out and go and spend some canisters. Once I go and spend some canisters and get our caches, we'll have a look at how many we got there. We've got 45 on us. So those 45, every time you pick up a blue canister, it's yours anyway, regardless if you die or not. So 45 are what we got from just picking them up off ads. Sped up a lot as we started doing challenging, as we started doing heroic landmarks there. You do get a lot more for the harder difficulty ones, but you can get caches all the time, and those caches are very valuable. So I think we got about, must have got about 4 caches out then. I think, did we do 4? I think we went in order, you know, that wasn't even planned. I think we went normal, hard, challenging, heroic. I think we did. Swear that wasn't planned. But I think we did. So we got 4 caches out.
Exiting Dark Zone.
Now, when we leave this and go back to the base, obviously anything in your backpack to make sure you extract first will go. But this will remove all those stacks, so when you go back to the Dark Zone, you're back at 0, you can do all exactly the same again.
When you're ready, meet me at the
Now, my advice for spending your canisters, try your best to get the 90. Your goal here is to get your sample size maxed out as soon as possible, so you can have all these buffs, right? So every time you reload, you use ammunition, you're going to get all these buffs. The best way to do that is to spend 90. So currently I'm on 45. I'm not going to spend 45. I'm going to go and see the caches. I'm going to get my caches out of the mailbox, and we got a few. We got a few. So let's pull these out. And what we're going to do is try and make 90. So we can spend into the 90. So if we use that one, it's going to be 75. That one then take it to 90. So we'll open that. Then we'll open that. And we got a 90. It's going to be more bang for your buck when you do that. You'll get 600 munitions for 90, so make sure you always try to do that. If you go a little bit over the 90 and you're going to lose a couple of canisters, do it. Not if it's like 20 or 30, but if it's like 2, 3 over, just do it. It's worth it. So there's the 90. That's going to be the biggest chunk on that. And then we can open the rest. Don't forget to our caches. We're going to get 15. We'll get 45 more now. Remember, these caches have to be extracted. If you die, you lose them. These are what you're looking for when other players die. If you're looking at the loot, you want to pick up these. So now I've got 45. I could choose to keep that there, go back, get more, and just spend into 90. Personally, I will now just spend them all there. I'll buy the 30 and I'll buy a few 5s just to get them gone. And there we go. We got a nice chunk done. We're on our way to the last upgrade. And that's a gameplay loop. Now, if you really hate that, and even after like a video of like this with all the tips and you really want to play solo, you're still struggling, you can't do it, you're hating it, you don't need to do this. Just get hyena retaliations. Go to retaliation. I got True Sons right now. I should have abandoned all those earlier. But while you're playing, just get hyena retaliations on the go. Do hyena retaliations and you're going to get hyena kill squads. I don't know whether I need to test this. But when we did a heroic one, we had we capped out on canisters in one run. We had 4 kill squads. Each of them dropped 30 canisters per kill squad on a hyena retaliation. So we actually got 120 for the run, but the cap was 90. So we wasted 30. But keep on doing hyena retaliations. Keep on killing kill squads. You'll get 30 each time on heroic. If you play on lower difficulty, it might be less canisters. So I haven't tested that. I'm not sure if you can play on normal retaliation or challenging retaliation, if it's going to be lower return. Something you'd have to let me know. But I know on heroic it's 30. All the solo tips I got for this. Obviously, you're going to need canisters for some things in the journey and everything. I'm going to have a whole journey guide on the channel. Don't worry about that. Check the channel out. You'll see a whole journey guide. I'm going to have a whole guide on this whole seasonal modifier as well, going really in depth with how everything works. This wasn't the video today. This recording was just some solo tips for solo in the DZE PV. The PvE DZ Dark Zone, and just hopefully helping a few people with that, because a lot of people are saying they're struggling and they want to play solo. That's exactly how I'd play it solo. And again, this is just what I use. Loads of different builds you can use. Loads of different builds you can use. I've been playing in a squad though. I've been using this, and my current squad build, if you're just interested, if you are playing in a squad, I'm actually looking at like an all red unbreakable build with those knee pads that I mentioned. So currently looking at running this for a lot more damage, hazard protection, but in a squad we're very comfortable now. We're flying through the Dark Zone and I want a bit more damage. I've got unbreakable for a bit of survivability. It's all crits and everything. I'm looking at something like that in the squad. But there's so many different builds you can use. Hope this has been helpful. Comment anything in the video comments. If you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. Take care.